So we have a new model in town for coding purposes. That's Qwen 2.5 Coder Series. Powerful, diverse, and practical. In this video, we are going to have a look at the characteristics of this model. Then we are going to download the model using Ollama and using Open WebUI to test out this model. And the reason why I chose Open WebUI to demonstrate this model, because I'm gonna set you up with the artifacts features that's from Anthropic, and we are hugely impressed by that feature. So we are going to set the artifacts feature inside of Open WebUI. And this is the purpose why I chose OpenUI to demonstrate you everything. So again, we are going to look at how the model is. I'm going to use Ollama to download the model on OpenWebUI. We are going to use functions in OpenWebUI to go and set up the artifacts, and all these can be done using your local system. But if you're trying to use a 32 billion model, then we need cloud GPUs, and for that we are going to use Novita AI. I have a link in the description. You can go ahead and sign up, but we are going to use Novita AI in one of their GPU instances. And the most interesting part is I'm going to go to HackerRank if I am permitted. I'm going to go to HackerRank and take out a problem, copy a problem and paste it into my running model to get a solution, and paste the solution here and submit the code here. So without any reading of this problem here, let's see if we are able to see and get a good response from this model. But this video is jam-packed with different features and different new things that if you are running for the first time, you will have a little bit of difficulty. But if you follow through each and every step of this video, this is going to be easy. So let's get started. So this is Qwen 2.5 Coder 32 billion, and you can see that the purple color is the 32 billion instruct model here, and you can see the performance comparing across different benchmarks, comparing with other good coder models. In the last video, we have gone through the open coder models, which was better than the Qwen 2.57 billion parameter model, but this 32 billion instruct seems to be better than open coder itself. So Qwen 2.5 is powerful, diverse, and practical. Powerful because it has become the current state-of-the-art open source code model. It's diverse. There are so many sizes starting from 0.5 billion to 32 billion parameters. Now it's practical because we can use code assistants and artifacts, and we are going to see in this video how to integrate artifacts on OpenWebUI. Now looking at the benchmarks, we can see that for all these benchmarks, Qwen 2.5 Coder 32 billion instruct seems to play very good, even when compared with GPT-4o and Claude 3.5 Sonnet. That's a very good model again. It can excel in different tasks like code generation. It can generate code, obviously, code model, code repair. It can help users fix errors in the code. Code reasoning. It can reason well and execute perfectly and accurately predict the model's inputs and outputs. Now looking at the performance, we can see that Qwen 2.5 Coder, we can see that best performance to size ratio is 90%, almost 90%, but this is the best model till date. Now we can see that it has multiple programming languages capability. The left, the purple one, is the 32 billion instruct, and we can see that it excels well in almost all the languages that we can have. Human preference alignment, it is pretty good, but again it stands in the third position compared to Claude 3.5 Sonnet and GPT-4o. So let's test out everything using the GPUs that I've been talking about. But before that, if you are not a regular user of Ollama, you need to start. If you are into AI, you need to use Ollama. So if you go to ollama.com, you have everything that is required for you to download Ollama and play with it. If you are on a Windows, you can go to download for Windows, install the exe file. If you're on Mac OS, no problem, you can go and download for Mac OS and get it installed. However, if you're on Linux, you don't have a button to set up, but you have a curl command that works pretty good. We're going to see in just a minute. So this Ollama hosts different models. So if you can go to models here, you can see that we have Qwen2.5 Coder, which is the popular one. It was recently launched. It was updated yesterday, and you can see it's so many pulls. Of course, there's other previous pulls of the model as well, but this is a popular as of now. So Qwen2.5 Coder. If you go to this model, you can see the instructions on how to get started. So you can just run this command, Ollama run Qwen2.5 Coder. This will help you install the 7 billion parameter here. Now we are interested in the 32 billion parameter. So what you can do is you can copy this code. So you can copy this and run it in your CMD. But for this video, since I don't have a good powerful system that can run the 32 billion model, I'm going to be using cloud GPU. So you can go ahead and log in to Novita AI. I have a link, and if you go to the console there and then go to deploy GPU instance, once you select a PyTorch template here, you can see we have all these models which are available to be deployed, and you can see the cost. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So let me go ahead and let's say I deploy an A100 for you. So I'm going to increase the container size to, let's say, 200, and I'm going to increase this to 200 as well. I'm going to expose an HTTP port just for fun. So let's say 005, and this is not for fun, but this is required for the open WebUI that you are going to install in just a minute. So you can go and click on next, and you can see that GPU cost is this per hour, and you can just click on deploy. Now this instance has been built as we speak. It should be ready in a few minutes. Go to my instances, and then you can see that it's running here. So you can go and click on connect. Now there are different options that you can see how you can connect. So we want to go to the Jupyter Lab first, and once we set everything, the open web UI, then we're going to go to the HTTP service, which will help you open the web interface of open web UI. Okay, so let's go to Jupyter Lab first and set everything up there. Okay, so this is our Jupyter notebook. That's an instance in the cloud GPU that is running. So here we are going to set up the open web UI and get it running. So what we need to do is go to this terminal, and inside this terminal we need to do a little bit of updates before we work on any cloud GPUs that you have. So what you need to do is that we say apt-get and say update. So this will list all the libraries, updated versions of the libraries, so that if you do any installation, it will install the latest version. So we can say apt-get, and let's say I need to install pip for you. So you can install pip, say y, and now using pip you can install the open web UI. So clearly, if you go to this open web UI page, you can go and install open web UI using just this single command, which is pip install open web UI. But I'm gonna show you and run it in a different container or an environment using Conda. Now let's check if we have Conda here. Okay, we have Conda here, but at any point of time, if you don't have Conda, what you can do is you can go and install Conda. So we can say Miniconda install, and installing Miniconda here. This is a minimalistic version of Anaconda. So you can go to this Miniconda, go to click command line install, and there you can go to Linux here and copy this simple code to install Miniconda again. So let me do this for you now, but before that we need to have wget, and I need to have bash installed as well. So again, I'm doing this, a comprehensive guide to everything, therefore this long instructions. What you can do is that apt-get install, and you can say wget. This will refresh the library. If it's installed, it's okay. If not, it will install the wget library. It seems it was not installed. We need to install the bash command as well, and we say bash. So this is going to install the bash as well. Now we have everything I believe that is necessary. Now we can go ahead and install Miniconda as well. So just paste this and run this. This should help you run Miniconda. It's running pretty good. Let me get back to you when this is done. So we have Miniconda installed, and now what you can do is use Conda. So I say clear for now, and then I say Conda create -n. I'm gonna give you a name of the environment, let's say YouTube, and say Python 3.11 to be used, and -y. So this is going to install an environment called YouTube in the list of Conda environments that we have. So it's downloading all the packages and setting up the environment for you. Now what you can do is go ahead and activate this environment. So you can say Conda activate and YouTube, and go and activate this. There seems to be some kind of issue. Let's look if the environment is really installed. So Conda info --envs. This will list the environments. We actually do have the environments. So instead of using Conda activate YouTube, don't fret, we have another command that will help you get and activate this. So we need to say source, then /opt conda bin activate, and give the name of the Conda environment. So we are inside the YouTube now. So I'm gonna say clear because this is too much commands, and now our environment is ready. Now we can go ahead and install the Open WebUI. So I'm going to copy this command here, then I'm going to go to this terminal and paste in pip install open -WebUI. I'm going to press enter, and this is going to pull everything that is required to run Open WebUI. Now once we have that running, we can go back and run this command, just Open WebUI serve. So that is enough. Now let's see the installations. There are so many installations that will be done. Let's wait, and I will get back to you once these installations are done. So we have successfully installed the Open WebUI, and now we can go and just type this Open WebUI serve. Now if you do this, this is going to help you to run this locally, but since we're using an instance of Cloud GPU, we need to add a few parameters here. So I need to add a host here, which will be 0000, and port here, --port of 9005, which is the HTTP service port here. So I say 9005 and press enter. So this is going to serve the Open WebUI. So it's pulling all the models here, and you can see it's using different sentence transformers. It's using sentence birth here. It's loading up different models, not the language model, but the other models which are required for tokenizing and other vocabularies. So we see that it has opened. It is running on this port 9005. Now what you can do is, it was not for fun, but we added this HTTP service port of 9005 so that we can click here in the HTTP service and open up the Open WebUI. So this brings you to this login page. Well, fear not, because this is just a local sign-in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do sign up. Just put in a name here and some password like 1234. This is going to create your account locally. You are now logged in, and you can sign in with your account here. So once you sign in, you will see an internal error here. That's because the Ollama is not running. So what you can do is go to the terminal here and run and serve Ollama as well. So we have seen that we can install Ollama by going to ollama.com and going to this download here. So we go to Linux here and copy this curl command here. So what we need to do is go ahead and install Ollama. So I'm going to install Ollama here. This is going to pull Ollama and set it up for you. Okay, we see that the installation of Ollama is complete, and the Ollama API is now available at 127 and this port 11434. So now what we want to do is serve this Ollama. So Ollama and serve this. So once we serve this, it will keep on running, and now we can go back to the other terminal where we started the open WebUI, go and run that again. So it is available on port 9005. Now once it is started and once it is running, you can go back and go to your Novita API instance that is running, go to connect and click on HTTP service again. Now we have already logged in, but let's see if it asks us to log in again. Okay, so the open web UI has just started now. So these are the different new things, new releases, and you can click on okay, let's go. So what do we have here? Here we have an interface to chat with the model, and you need to add the models here. So select a model. We don't have any models as of now. Now we can go to different settings here. If you click here, you can go to this your name here, and then you can go to the settings here. Well, first of all, I'm going to change the theme to a dark theme so it's easier for your eyes. And now I'm going back to prompt engineer here, and then I'm going to say go to admin panel. In the admin panel, I'm going to go to the settings option here. Once you go to the settings option, you can go to this models option here. Here we can download the models. So our Ollama is running here with this port 11434, and we want to pull the Quen model. So I'm going to go to Ollama in the models, and then go to Qwen2.5 Coder, and then go to this 32 billion version, and then copy this Ollama run Qwen2.5 Coder 32 billion. Copy this, go back to the web UI which is running here, put in the command here Ollama run Qwen2.5 Coder, and click on download. So this is pulling the manifest. So now while we are waiting for the model to download, we're gonna go ahead and set up the artifacts. So for setting up the artifacts, you can go to this workspace here, and inside the workspace you can see different options. We have the options for models, knowledge based, prompts, tools, and functions. So right now I'm gonna focus on functions here. So what I want to do is add a function here, or you can import a function. So for getting different functions, you can click here, discover a function. You will be taken to the open web UI community here, and then you're going to have to sign in. So I'm already signed in here. You can go to the see all, the new functions here, and in it you need to find the artifacts. We have so many different functions, but I'm more interested in the artifacts. So this is the artifacts version 2. We click here, and you can see that we can in fact just download this as a JSON file and just import this as a JSON file. But instead of that, what I'm going to do is add in a function manually just to show you. So the function name is, let's say, artifacts v2, and the function description is like testing for YouTube. Okay, and then here I'm going to paste in some code. So I'm going to go to the artifacts here and copy this code and put it here. Once we have done this, what you can do is just click on save here, and please carefully read the following warnings and click on confirm. This should add the function successfully here. So once it is added, what you need to do is you need to enable this, and then you can go to the more option here and click on global as well to make it global and it accessible to all the models. Now once you have done this, you can now go to new chat and chat with the model and open the artifacts as well. We'll see in just a second, but the model is still downloading. You can see this model is just 9%. Let's wait for it to download, and then we are going to play with this model. So while this is downloading, we can go back to the artifacts features. So Qwen has provided a coder artifacts as well, where you can test this out. I'll paste in a link here. So what it basically is you can write your code here, and then in real time you can see the outputs of the code. So for example, spam with emojis is one of the code here. So write code in a single HTML file, capture the click event, place a random number of emojis at the click position, and add gravity and collision effects to each emoji. So let's see, and I've clicked on send. This is going to send, and we have the code that is being written. So we have these emojis, we have the gravity factor, we have the bounce factor as well, and you can see this is creating the code. And on the right you can actually play and see the output, the code as well. So the code is like this. You can just click and you can see a lot of emojis here. Okay, we have the physics, we have gravity and physics simulation, we have collision effects as well, and that is pretty awesome. So this is the artifacts. We are going to set this up. We have already set this up. We're waiting for the model to get downloaded, and then we are going to test this out. Okay, so let's wait for the model here. So we see that the model has completed downloading. I'm going to select this model, this 32 billion model, and now I'm going to paste in some commands here. So let me take the first one that I've already decided that I'm going to use. So this is the command that I'm putting. Help me design an interface with a purple button that says Quen Start. When the button is clicked, display a countdown from 5 in a very large font for 5 seconds. Okay, let's get started. And now you can start up the artifacts as well. This is what we have, this is why we have been using this, because it allows me to show it in the artifacts. So we see that we have this button ready, and that's a very large button. That's pretty good. We have the purple theme here, and now we can just click here, and you can see that we asked to create a purple button saying Quen Start. That's correct. And when the button is clicked, it will display a countdown from 5 in a very large font for 5 seconds. Let's see. Start. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This is a single take video. I have not edited or anything like that, so this is a success. Now let's move on to the other prompts. So the emoji thing that we have been trying on the artifacts of provided by Qwen, but this is our WebUI, and we are going to use this here. So write code for a single HTML file. I'm going to go and click on new chat here, and then I'm going to paste this code and click on run. So we are going to start up the artifacts as well and have a look at the output. So it's starting up the artifacts, and we see that I'm clicking here, not seeing any output here because it's still writing. And let's wait for the result. Let me make this a little bit larger here, and now we see, okay, we see that we have different emojis which are following the physics, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You can see it is detecting my click, and it's displaying, and gravity is there are collision detection, gravity and all. So that's pretty great. Another one that I can give is I want a to-do list. So let me start up a new chat here. So this is the one. I want a to-do list that allows me to add task, delete task, and I would like the overall color theme to be red. So we start up the message here, hide this, and start up the artifacts as well. Okay, so creating a to-do list that allows me to add tasks. So it's writing the code. We can see the artifacts on the right here. It's almost like an Anthropic version, and it's pretty good to watch the output as it's coding. So we have a to-do list, and we can add a task, and you can see the output here. Okay, instruction: create 3 files. We have index, style, and script.js. Copy the respective code snippets into each file. Open index.html in a web browser to view your red theme to-do list. So we have this to-do list, and I'm gonna say let's say walk my dog, and I'm gonna add task. We see that we can add task here, and I'm gonna say watch AI videos and I can see I can add this. I can delete my task as well. Now that's pretty great. Okay, now what I want to do is to go to HackerRank and get any any problems that I have. So for Python, let's say I go to the medium difficulty here, and let's say I go to this time delta, and let's say I copy this entire thing here till here, and let's say I put it on my running instance of this. So I put the answer format as well, so I need the answer in this format. So I can say answer in this format. Okay, so I put the answer here and press enter. Let's see if it is able to generate the solution to this problem. So it's generating. Let's see if it is a success. Okay, we have the answer here, so I can go to my problem here. So paste in the entire code that is being generated from the my code here and click on submit. Let's see if it is able to make it a success. So somehow it is not able to run this. So let's see another example in Python. Let's go to the medium example here, and let's go to this, let's say no idea here. So what I can do is that I can copy this here, and I can go to this model here, go to new chat, solve this problem. Okay, so, and what I can give is print output to std. Okay, so I can say enter your code here, read input, and print output to std output. So we have this reading the input, calculating everything, and we have this code. Let's wait for it to generate and check it out. Okay, so we copy this, and let me go and paste this here. So submit code and see that it was a success. So we see that one failed example and one success. That's HackerRank. Sorry if I hurt someone like using this AI to get your ranks higher on HackerRank, but this is possible. This coder model is a pretty good example of how you can use AI to solve these problems. Now I'm really impressed with Qwen, although it's a model from China, but still I'm impressed. Okay, so that's it for this video. If I summarize everything here, we took baby steps in understanding what Qwen model is, understanding how to download from Ollama, starting up the open WebUI interface, working with artifacts, and doing everything on the cloud GPU, and working on HackerRank of getting this solution correct, and working on different options to get the installation, like such as Miniconda, working on artifacts again. So this is a very comprehensive video. I hope and I think you like it. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. That means a lot. If you want to do more fun stuff, you can come to my Patreon, where we go through different steps together. But I wish you best of luck in implementing this, and I wish you best of luck in your endeavors in learning about AI. I am on my journey to learning more and more about AI, and in this channel we are focused on doing and learning everything that is related to AI. So right now what I am also focused is on competing on Kaggle. So let me see if it's possible for me to use these wonderful LLMs and participate in Kaggle and win some prizes. So that's it for this video. I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.